So what have we got here? I don't know. But that's what we got there. uh, there's nothing on the knife. To be honest with you, let me show something here. I don't know if maybe I got knives scalbards mixed up because I just did a review on this one, which is the Bushmaster a 602, and I don't know if maybe this was the scabbard that went with it, or if this is the actual scabbard that goes with it. I think this is probably the scabbard that goes with this knife, but regardless, uh, I don't. This knife right here again is like that Bushmaster 602. This is brass, needs some cleaning. It's got some patina on it. You can see the green goop that comes up on brass. This says Western. Let's see if I can. This says Western USA. So this is a Western USA. I don't know what that means. I don't know the details of that. But again, that's a skinner. That is a skinning knife. It's got to be. Uh, I don't know anything about a Western USA. Um, I think I had a Utica Sportsman USA. I recently did a video on, did some shorts that people loved, and hopefully you can tell me something about this because I had a few people tell me a few things about that knife. This one has some finger jimping on the, I guess the thumb rest, the thumb riser brace, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty sharp. It's not regular or even, or maybe it is. I think it's a narrow, a thick, a narrow, a thick, a narrow. So it's, I think it is uniform, but it's pretty sharp. It's not sharp as in it hurts you, but it's grippy. It's very grippy. Uh, and so this is a brass guard, and it transitions down into a laminate wood. So that looks like, I mean, that's almost like leather laminate, and then either a plastic or some form of spacer, then another kind of laminate that may be leather again because it's layered. It's layers. And again, another layered laminate, kind of like the top one. And then you got wood. And then you've got the same pattern repeated down here in the same form and fashion. Now, I can tell you that the guard, it's put together weird. The whole back is broken. It's your blade, which is a full tang blade, is exposed on the back, and on the front. So it's a good thickness. This is a pretty stout, sturdy blade, pinned two places at the bottom. This aluminum hilt is pinned quite well. The pins are of probably a steel of some sort because they're not blended into the aluminum. And even if they are something else or whatever, it's not blended in super well. So the finish is not exceptional on this. Excuse me, hiccuping. The finish is not exceptional, so to speak. It's not bad, but it's not an exceptional finish to the knife. But it's okay, and I don't mean that in a bad way. But just looking at it, that all of these bits, pieces, and parts are Well, it's other than just age from slight swelling, most likely, it is pretty well matched and blended in. Uh, this right here, I'm not sure how that's captured unless it's just glued into place because it's split in the back too. It doesn't completely encircle the tang of the blade. And so I don't know. I wonder if you could just pull it out if you pulled hard enough. I'm not sure. But still in all, this has got that Sinbad vibe going on with the blade. And so it's not really much of a flat surface on the side, but it would run right through here and terminate right about in here. This is very well blended over to the back of the spine of the knife and blended down into the bevel going into the blade, and it is a flat grind. This is one of the more bellied, I call it, blades, and very well suited for skinning. And that is a pokey jugger for sure. You can probably get through Kevlar with that baby. It's got a good thick meat to it, coming up to a pretty sharp point. So this knife right here, if you know anything about a Western USA, I want to know. And hopefully this is the original sheath that would go with it. It's not branded in any form or fashion. It's got little acorns on oak leaves coming down across here. It's a very stiff front shell. The back is soft. Let's see, those are pretty strong, well-placed rivets. This one right here has got some green patina on the inside, but beyond that, it's in good shape. Little green patina right there. Is there anything on this snap? No, I don't see anything on the snap. It does move through there, so it's not snapped. It's not secured into place. I'm not sure the point of that right there, what that hole would be for. But anyway, I would really, really, really like to know something about this because I just looking at it, like I said, the finish isn't the best finish in the world. It's everything is smooth, everything is proportional, everything is in its place. It is blended in well. I think the only downside I see to the finish basically is these rivets right here being exposed and obvious and not blended into that hilt, which again, that hilt is very much cobra headed looking. Looking at it straight on, it is maybe a little heavier on this side, but that's due to this bottom being more, like that. So it's thicker on this side than this side, but you smooth that bottom flat and it'd be proportional on both sides. So this part of the finish is very proportional, and even. And so this knife, I really think it is this would be my call. Back in the day of this knife, I would figure that it would be a low-end quality knife. That's the best way I can describe it, because there's some imperfections in the overall finish of it. It is finished quite well, so it's going to be on a higher-end scale. But this is probably what, if you want to compare a Civivi against a Wii, which are both the same company, but one is made of higher end metals and it's a couple of $100, and then the Civivi is $50 or $100 or something of that nature. So I think this would be in that $100 range type comparison. So like you would have the flagship knives way up there, and then the company's not willing to make a dime store knife, but they'll take the flagship and tone it down a bit, cut corners to make it less expensive. That's my description for this knife. But then again, I don't know nothing about it, so I don't know anything about a Western USA. I don't know if this is any kind of this. Maybe it's a dime store knife. I don't know. It says Western USA, so I assume it was made in the USA. And I don't do research on these knives because I look forward to hearing from you guys because I'm lazy. Okay, so I need your help, and I want to see your knives. If you got one of these, I want to see it. Go to the main page, to the Chainbreaker page, and go to the community page, and you have to subscribe for at least 24 hours. And it doesn't cost anything. And you can post pictures of your EDC gear, your knives, and stuff like that. And you can unsubscribe after that. I just want to see your knives. I mean, I just really do. So if you'd take time to do that, I'd appreciate it. If you know anything about this Western USA, please let me know. Share it with me because I want to know what I can about this. I'm going to clean it up, and I'm going to do a video on cleaning it up. But I'm not going to change anything on this knife. I like it too much to do that. So I appreciate you. I enjoy spending time with you, and I look forward to spending time with you again soon. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.